This game is a work of fiction, so don't be so uptight about it. Seriously, everyone's over the age of 18, even the small one. Anyways, what? So, welcome again to Everlasting Summer. I think I'm in for a long night tonight because usually, from what I remember, the last day 6 and 7 go into each other. Like I did with Alice. Let's see, 2. Because so I'm on day 6. If Alice's playthrough was anything to be believed, I made no choices. It was purely the result of what I've done. I have a feeling I didn't do enough right choices for Sylvia to go down her path. So this may be another bad ending. I may be depressed. It might lead me to drinking. But what's new? Anyway, so let's see. Again, we kind of left off with Sylvia kind of disappearing after the campfire. So let's see what happened. And apparently, what I gather, the true ending, or a bigger ending, actually happens when you get all the endings, or all the good endings. So, again, people have been hinting at the comments, but again, I don't want spoilers, but see, that's the thing. Do I read walkthroughs to get through what I want, or do I just sporadically try to play through again? Because once I do, say, round 3, I'm retreading a lot of ground over again. So I'm not sure how to edit that over again. The good thing is I've been drinking most of the time, so every time I play a new game, it's kind of like playing it for the first time because I don't remember shit. So, anyways, let's do this. Load game. Let's see if we did enough to win the beautiful blonde buckstress Sylvia. Why didn't her name have a B? Anyways, I don't know what time it was when Olga woke me up, but even before opening my eyes, I felt in the imminence of death. My whole body ached. I felt dizzy. My head clouded by a haze, a purple haze, all in my brain. Simon, wake up immediately or you'll miss breakfast, and more importantly, the lineup. Excuse me. Looks like the camp leader intends to exploit me to the fullest today. Time to get the gimp mask on. The same as any other day. I grabbed something. It felt like my own. There's a line in a Beatles song that is masturbation. Anyways, random conversation there. Covered my head again. I grabbed something, covered my head again. With the blanket, trying to hide morning wood, and turned to the wall. In the end, Olga kicked me in the balls, and I died. The end. At least, that's really wanted to believe so then. Stand up right now, or what? I was going to say triumphantly, but kept silent. Not because of fear, just because I felt too lazy to open my mouth. Really, what could she do to me? Oh, you silly boy. She can do wondrous things. Sorry, what? Lecture me at lineup, hang a photo. She could hang you, but hang my photo at the wall of shame, or use me for some inhuman alien experiments. Well, I'm ready for that too. Just let me sleep for a couple hours. Yeah, okay. But if you missed lineup, the door slammed behind me. The camp leader slept, fade into mind again. Again, as no one, Ellipses is trying to tell me that Sylvia is missing, but Ellipses' main problem is he's always silent. The bastard. You never know what's going on in his mind. He's just quietly looking at you. I woke up in dazzled by sunlight. Blinded by the light. Waking up like a douchebag in the middle of the night. That's the lyrics, right? It was 1 p.m. according to my cell phone, which was still working somehow, which was squeezed the last drop. Okay, there he goes. Strangely enough, my body didn't ache, my head felt clearer, and all in all, it was a good day. Damn it, this foreshadowing is worrying me. After waving my arms like I just don't care, pretending to be Datelyr, I sprang out the cabin and washed shreds. Yeah, I slept through breakfast, but we'll be served lunch soon, so I wouldn't worry. I'll be hungry for long. Soon there will be. How the fuck are you? Seriously, I never met you before. I thought it was just Electronic and his boy toy were the only other guys on camp. What's with the guys, man? Whatever. Drink. Be merry. Oh, is this another version of you? But I was going so fast I couldn't really see. It's you. Are you someone else now? Am I now Olga? I do have boobs, but they're not as big as hers. What? Are in the corner. There was nobody near the wash sheds. Everyone's probably with Olga's task and God knows what else. I quickly brushed my teeth, washed my face, and scrubbed my balls. When I was already going to leave when suddenly I heard a sound of water flowing from the opposite tap. A pioneer leaned against the watershed over there. He looked pretty pissed and hungover. I couldn't see his face, but judging by his figure, he looked like one I saw a couple minutes ago. Mysterious voice. How are you doing? The sun's so bright today. I looked in the sun, shielding my eyes with my palm. Yeah, nothing special though. It wasn't easy to get a better look at the pioneer, given the way he stood in the bright sunlight that reflected from the water and shiny metal surfaces of the wash shed heavily obscured his face. Did I read that right? Whatever. We can't see him. The camp leader is angry today. So very angry. His voice sounded painfully familiar, like it's been read by some drunk who's been through this whole game before. Well, she's always like that. Well, you'll know better. I try to remember if I've ever heard this voice of this pioneer before. Well, see you. He turned and walked off, quickly marched towards the forest path. For a second, I thought of following him, stopping him, but I quickly fought off the urge as I decided that it's not worth spoiling such a great morning with suspicious and burdensome suspicion. Nature was glowing with bright, very professional, lush treetops with rhythmic swaying in the wind, whispering to each other, the breeze gently stroking my high emerald grass. Birds were cooing in the shades, escaping the midday heat. The woods and the fields, stretching beneath the horizon, were dissolving into warm sunlight. I don't know which month it is, but damn it, it feels like midsummer. I distinctly remember the summer vacations of my childhood and youth, which are one and the same. Times of fun leisure and carefree joy. Childhood games, how many there were. I wouldn't say no to playing war games or hide or seek, spin the bottle, playing doctor, hide the sausage, or swinging on a bungee, or maybe building a sandcastle and inhabiting it with toy soldiers ready to defend their master to the very last drop of plastic blood. Fight for me! Fight for me! Ellipses was disappointed in my crazy rant. Hey, Gendo. I went to the square and sat on the bench waiting for lunch. It looked like there wasn't much time left before it. From time to time, pioneers passed by me, sometimes alone, sometimes in pairs or groups of 3 or odd numbers, or even, it was a random number generator. But always someone I didn't know. Alice, Ulsa, Lena, or Sylvia. Hint, hint, were nowhere to be found, especially the last one, you bastard. Thoughts about the meaningless of existence were circling in my brain, but this doesn't worry me such on a beautiful, lovely summer day. Just think about it. Who could think of grieving for his life lived in vain and lost? Sorry, personal depression aside, lost in early basket of rays of sunlight. Certainly not I. I looked up Gendo. He was meditating. Meditating? Menacing. I like menacing better, but meditating, as always. Now, he definitely never gets any unnecessary doubts. I remember my first hours in camp because it was only 5 days ago. The anguish, the anxiety, the fear. They all seem so far. Are we now going to become a mindless... What was that? Angel hearts or angel beats? Anyways, yeah, mindless student. Will I get out of here or not? It didn't concern me as much as before. And again, that's what happens when you get used to something. Now all of a sudden, change comes and punches you in the face. Maybe I'm already dead. This isn't the last stop. Please. Oh, this is the last stop. Please. Get off the train, you lazy bum. You again. Come on, I know you're my double gainer. Just, it's not gay if, since we're clones and what? What are you thinking? Well, honestly, it was something a bit embarrassing about, technically, if you clone yourself and he uses his hand, does it really count? Or either way, you have something in your mouth that you're not pleasant about. Maybe I shouldn't drink. Yeah. I looked up and saw that pioneer I've seen before. I couldn't see his face as the sun was shining in my eyes. Again, convenient placement. Life. It seemed he would sit down next to me, but the pioneer stayed in the same place, only half turned, as if he was only drawn in one position, which completely killed any hope of seeing his face. Listen, we met earlier. I don't think I remember you. Well, let's say that you know who I am, but I don't. You might say you know me intimately, inside. Almost like we're twins. Here you don't. Oh, here you don't, he shouted. I see. Honestly, it's not like I didn't want to talk, I just didn't know what to talk about. And my soul was so calm that it didn't really bother me. Your first time here. No, actually my second. Second time here. Last time didn't end so well. I did have sex, though. And it was vodka. So that's always two good things. Well, maybe not the vodka part. If they had whiskey, it'd be far better. He asked a question, but his tone implied he was only expecting a confirmation. Yes, and you? Me? He paused for a few seconds. Nah, it's not my first time here. One might say that I visit this camp every year since my early childhood. Such an answer got me interested. Well, and what was it like before? It's always the same. Olga being the camp leader, all the same pioneers around, all the same lineups at this morning, all the same wicked accidents. For a moment I thought that it was me speaking, not him. Interesting. It's just that with every new, he hesitated, year, more and more interesting things happen, and one gets to understand better what's going on. What are you talking about? Again, you should click in your mind that maybe he, if not you, maybe is, say, someone else that's been trapped in this, well, hell, it's surrounded by cute girls. Anyways, what? Conversation progressive triggered my curiosity. It's a pity that I can't distinguish his face of this pioneer at all. Well, every season in this pioneer camp reminds me of the previous ones, he said calmly. Probably. This is my first. It shows. Did I make that bad of a choice that my future self, or one that's been here before, is making fun of me? Did I really screw up that bad with Sylvia? Huh? Huh? But it looks like it won't be. No, for sure not, because I haven't got a good ending yet, I don't think, maybe. Well, it's fun here and all, but you know how they say there's no place like home, but you still have to get back there. Now I was absolutely sure that this guy was hiding something from me. To be precise, he stood out too much from the camp's usual ordinaryless, and was too different from local inhabitants. What do you mean? You think I'm stuck here forever or something? I said, enunciating every word. Wow, I've been drinking. I turned my head to the loudspeaker, and by the time I looked back, the bastard, was already gone. Thousands of theories, speculations instantly appeared in my mind, but I stopped myself, remembering all the apparent normality of this camp. After all, nothing supernatural, other than me suddenly appearing here in the past, has happened in these 5 days. True, admittedly that happened on day 1, not in the last 5 days. What about that crazy electronics, Shurik? What about Shurik? Shurik was pretty unusual. Moreover, everything here seemed too natural, sometimes even boring. Maybe the pioneer didn't mean anything by that, and I just misunderstood him. Or me. Or us. Thinking that I went to the canteen intending to feast. There's all our usual people, Mr. Pink Blob, Purple, Blue Smiley Face, how you doing? Eva Pilot number 2. Weird Mobius of hair. And empty seat, empty seat, empty seat. What pioneers were running around, pushing each other, trying to crawl through the first meal and take. Wait a minute. We already had the first meal. This is the second. I was calmly standing impatiently waiting for the cook to get me assigned food rations. For lunch, we had osraka. Excuse me. That was the osraka coming back up on me, which I didn't really like. And cutlets with potatoes. Cold soup. Ooh, cold soup. I sat in the corner, mentally rejoicing that I would be able to eat in peace. Cue trouble. Nope. My table was the farthest from the kitchen. I could reasonably hope that the pioneers who were looking for a free place wouldn't reach it, or would reach it last. However, I was moved on to the main course. Sylvia Shurik. Sylvia's here? Where have you been? I made missing posters. I do want you, but it was missing posters. Can we, yeah, you bastard, get my voice right. Can we? I say you can. Those other two have to go, though. I have nothing against the company. Well, hers anyways. Of course. Lunch was surprisingly calmly, even returning grabbing a usual dose. I finally finished my meal, sprawled in my chair, satisfied, clicking my tongue. Listen, do you know this pioneer? Could you be more specific? One that looks like me? I saw him today. You know, he's so handsome. I suddenly realized that I know nothing about this bastard, or how to describe him. Well, about my height, same constitution, same hairstyle, same facial features, same voice, identical clone, I would say. Hard to say from such a description, you bastard. Sylvia smiled. Well, we have half the camp of such guys. No, you don't. Only been 3 guys. And if it comes to that, I should just say, have you met the only other guy other than us? 4, then. I keep forgetting to count myself. Alright, you're right. Why are you asking? It's just that I met him today, and it seemed like I haven't met him before. Look in his canteen. I don't think he'll miss lunch. Why didn't I think of that? That's it! Okay, guys, enjoy your meal. It's him. Anyways, I got up and slowly started walking around the tables. Lena and Zen were sitting over there. I gave them a friendly smile. Alice and Ulsa were laughing and arguing about something. Olga, surrounded by pioneers. Good thing she didn't notice me. And these are hardly any free seats, and Guy is this morning at nowhere to be seen. The situation is getting more and more interesting. Looks like I won't find him here. Maybe he's already had lunch? I headed to the exit. It was hot outside. It was hot outside that it seemed like you would instantly melt from coming out from the shade. I suddenly felt like sleeping. I yawned and headed to the camp leader's cabin in order to follow the domestic interpretation of the that principle. Archimedes. Archimedes! In the end, Olga is unlikely to return anytime soon, or at least I think so, and I will definitely have a couple hours to rest. Anyways, I really don't expect any others option to arise, especially in this heat. Really, we just go sleep away? This seems like is this just a general bad ending? Oh god. No. Excuse me. So am I naked now? Even better. Crickets were lazily chirping outside, the wind was shaking the curtains on the window, and I sank into a lovely